the stakes are high, no, we won't fold because we are unbeatable.
Welcome to the world of Pokemon, and thank you so much for joining us on today's episode of Unbeatable. Unfortunately, I'm here to let you know that there was a small tech error at the beginning of this episode, and that resulted in us losing about the first 20 minutes of the episode. Now, luckily, not a lot actually happened in that first beginning bit, so I'm just going to let you know that our players decided to up and take their Pokemon to the Vermillion City Gym, where they were going to assist on doing the security patrols around the city. They are currently talking to Thad, who's sort of the lead Pokemon trainer at the gym. That's all you should need to know, and let's get into the story.
Hey Thad, isn't there like a audible curfew thing? We were just talking about that earlier.
Yeah, no, that's not. So, to clarify with the curfew thing, that's not like for the first couple days, it was a city ordinance, but then like they got lifted. But actually, no, it became kind of standard practice after a bunch of people all started doing it from like one of the big companies in the area started having their employees do it. And then it just kind of stuck because it was a good idea. So it's not like an official thing, but yeah, you can, basically people just don't go out after dark and they try and keep it quiet just to make the patrols easier and make, everything safer for everybody.
Nice.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
While you guys are talking to Thad, DJ is walking around introducing herself to everybody. Because everyone waved and said hi to us. So she's just gonna walk up and be like, "Hi, how are you? I'm DJ. Pleased to meet you. Hi, how are you? I'm DJ. It's nice to meet you. Hi, how are you? It's DJ." And if any Pokemon are out, she's gonna also introduce herself to the Pokemon.
A little Pokemon hand.
There is a decent collection. And basically every person has at least one Pokemon out. Even though these are the gym trainers of the Vermillion City Gym, a gym that specializes in electric types, it seems like a lot of these gym trainers are not like permanent full-time gym trainers. These are trainers who have come specifically to train at the Vermilion City Gym. So they might be taking a couple months off of the season. So you see like a wide variety of Pokemon. You can see that there is like a series of like, there's Eradicate. There is, of course, like a Dugtrio. There is Magnemite. There is like a Goldeen that is flopping around on the ground, which is pretty fun. There's all sorts of like different Pokemon that are around.
Okay.
But yeah.
Any electric types, she's gonna go, "Hi, how are you?" Ouch. Jeez.
And then a Magnemite looks very offended. It's like its little orb body just starts like looking around like, what the fuck?
Is that me? I don't know. What?
Magnemite, and it just sort of like goes away.
Well, all right, and she'll come back and rejoin everyone.
So what do we got to do, Thad?
So basically, you're familiar, and Thad's gonna point at Vermilion, but like be very nonchalant about it. You're familiar with the layout of the city, right? And Vermilion's gonna, yeah, I am, and like sort of like do that tuck back thing that they do. And he's gonna go, okay, well, that actually makes it easier because normally we do patrols in like groups of 2 or 3. But I figure since it's your guys' first patrol and you're already a group, as long as you have somebody who knows sort of the layout of the city, you guys can, you guys are pretty good trainers. We've seen it. You guys can do your own sort of little patrol. I'm gonna make your section a little bit smaller than normal though, because I don't want to throw too much at you. You guys were coming out here to do your own thing. Basically, if you look here and you see he's gonna pull out like a physical paper map of the city. And and he has like a little marker and it's like a dry erase map, and he starts like, okay, so you guys are gonna come over here, and basically you're just gonna loop up this street. You're gonna come back and around here, and then you're gonna loop back down this street. And
Coryne just starts taking pictures.
And basically all you're gonna do is we're gonna give you one of our walkie-talkies, and just if you see any suspicious activity, first thing you do is you're gonna call for backup from the rest of the patrollees. We'll send whoever's closest to you. I'm gonna be here at the gym coordinating people, but we're gonna send whoever's closest to you to your location, and that way if there's some sort of like incident, if there's something that needs to be resolved, you guys have experienced trainers who, everybody here took a class on like de-escalation, so that's what they're for. We haven't had an issue in like a week and a half, so I doubt anything will come up. But if you see any wild Pokemon, for the most part, if you can, try and use conversation, maybe some food if you have it, to try and lead it back out of the city. They do occasionally come in ever since the Diglett Cave thing, so you need to be prepared for that. But really, as long as you've got your walkie-talkie up and running, you should be fine.
Cool. Is there any DJ, what had you said earlier about the tremor?
Oh,
Is there any like
Closer.
yeah, I was feeling a lot of tremors in the ground. Well, not a lot. I felt one tremor.
Yeah, no, don't worry about that. That is
hyperbole?
So we have a construction company here in town who is working on repairing the Diglett Cave. Basically, they run most of their stuff at night, and if you feel a tremor every once in a while, that's probably because they're in one of the sections that's underneath the actual city. So we get those every once in a while. They try to keep it down as much as possible, but it is what it is.
How much of their work is under the city? Does Diglett Cave run directly under the city or no?
Yeah, so a large chunk of it does. Because it's kind of like there's the big main cavern. I wish you guys could have seen it when it was, back before. But there's the big main cavern, and then there's like a bunch of little sub ones that go off of it. The sub ones kind of like head off in different directions, but the big one sort of goes under Vermilion and then starts to go underneath the ocean for a while until it comes up back under the mountain range and pops out near Pewter City.
Weird little theory. Do you know if there are any like surface level access points to that around the city?
Not really. It gets super deep, super quick. The fact that we can feel anything seismic is kind of crazy, to be honest, because it goes deep quick. In fact, if you go to the entrance, I'm suspecting they'll probably upgrade it, since I haven't seen it, obviously, since they started the repairs. But you used to have to climb a ladder to get up and down, and it went like 30 feet straight down.
Well, my reason for asking was if you guys kept seeing suspicious people around town, and then they would all of a sudden disappear or something. They could be teleporting, but they could have like a way to just dig into the tunnel quickly.
Secret hideout.
I mean, yeah, but none of the, as far as I'm aware, nobody who's been to Diglett Cave recently has spotted anybody like that over there.
And they're really good at their job.
I mean, I assume so. I mean, we could always keep a lookout. That's not a bad necessarily idea, but no, I don't know. My instinct tells me that there's nothing going on in terms of like entrances in and out of Diglett Cave.
Okay. Okay, so map. Coryne, you have the map. Vermilion, you do directions. DJ, we'll watch for stuff.
Sure will.
Yeah.
I got good
All
peepers.
All right.
How
That's good to know. You guys are gonna need those. You guys are gonna be group 4, so you can ignore most radio calls unless you hear me specifically call out for group 4. Okay.
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 I grabbed the walkie-talkie.
Okay. You have the walkie-talkie. Good to know. When you get invariably blasted with a hydro
dare
pump
you?
later,
No,
I'll remember
don't
this.
even speak
I
it.
remember
Why
this.
would you say that?
Because this man has been hit by his own hydro pump almost as much as he's used it against other people. That's hyperbole. You've only been hit by it like twice.
This is fair.
Okay.
Yeah.
We
Only I had a
exaggerating up in here
Pokemon
today.
That's
Let's
a
go.
little
Absorbed all
dramatic.
Yeah. And he goes, okay, well, we're getting about ready to start. You can see everybody else is getting. Feel free to grab some like coffee before you go, though. We do tend to go a little bit late into the night.
Oh, love me some coffee.
And he points at the machine. Yeah.
I'm gonna bring out Anchor and have Anchor and Bowie out. And I'm gonna give Anchor the walkie-talkie.
Leap.
Thanks, buddy. Just in case
Like,
it gets wet
accepts,
or
yeah.
something, it will ensure. He's
okay.
just like a big old bag of rice.
He is. He really do be. Water absorb basically guarantees that no water will ever get on that walkie-talkie while he's holding it.
I love that.
Pretty good. It's a pretty good idea, Matt. Okay, the other two of you, what 2 Pokemon are you guys going to walk out with full parties? Because when we do things like rolling stealth, you will be rolling for each of you and each of your Pokemon.
Well, What?
Stealth is
which is based
That
off your
is
Pokemon's
stealth.
speed die.
speed. Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll have
Yeah.
both my little guys out.
Okay,
All right.
okay.
Vasco
Speedster.
and Aleppo.
Okay.
I have a question. If I'm carrying a Pokemon, can it
Yep.
be based off of my speed?
It'll be a disadvantage to your speed. Yeah.
It'll be a disadvantage to my speed?
Yeah. So you won't have to roll for it, but you'll take a minus D4. Yeah, 100%.
What is this garbage?
Myrtle weighs
I don't
52
like
pounds,
it.
Kenna.
Have you
I don't
ever
give
thought
a
about how much
shit.
harder it is to be stealthy while carrying a toddler? Like,
You know
Okay.
what? That's really true.
I
That's
have-
really true.
I have a great process for what I'm going to do. I'll take the disadvantage to my stealth, but I'll bring back Bowie. I'll bring out Richter as the walking Pokemon,
Uh-huh.
and then I'm going to have Anchor get on my shoulders like a little searchlight thing that has the walkie-talkie in one tentacle, and then I'll give him my flashlight in the other. one.
flashlight in the other,
So
so,
I can,
he's
like,
just got it, and he's like
it's-
an omnidirectional.
If you've
sort
played
of
the
light.
game Death Stranding, it's like those little backpack things with the little flashy light thing.
Yeah. My
That's
first
cool.
thought was the little droid from
BD1?
Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah.
Oh, BB.
BD1, yeah. And he's like a backpack. He's like 52 pounds. It's fine.
52 pounds. Holy shit.
Heavy backpack.
Yeah, you're definitely not carrying anything else while carrying.
Yeah.
him.
Actually, I don't know. Did we ever roll to
with-
see if he
with your
was
strength?
a small Pokemon or not?
Oh, let's retroactively do that real quick. Do you want to roll or do you want me to roll?
I ask these questions so that I can get things to go in my way potentially. What am I doing? What? Sorry, Aaron. I'm
Never
sorry.
know
I
if
was
you don't
thinking to
know.
Do you
myself.
want me to roll or do you want to roll?
D100. I'll do it. Actually, no. I want DJ to do it for me, just to heighten the chance of it
Okay.
being a small Pokemon.
Is that how that
Interesting.
works?
I don't know. It can be.
No, you don't.
It is now.
Your abilities
My
do not
ability.
affect anything else.
I rolled a 21.
Okay, so he is of normal size. The reason I kept asking was if you wanted me to roll or not, is I already rolled a die and I rolled a 95, so he would have been big.
That would have been funny.
Okay. 21 is, luckily for you, he is normal size, so he can be carried. If he was big, you would not be able to be carried.
Yeah, you'll carry me.
He'd be big. I would be
Um,
quadrupling his weight.
Okay. All right. So I think
You'd be
that's
200
good in
pounds of
terms
Lily.
of a strategy for us to go.
Mhm.
Okay, and then is there any particular time you're gonna like call us back, or is that just gonna be all through the walkie? Are you base camp?
It's
What's
basically
your
just like
call
whenever you
sign?
guys finish up your route. Because your route, if you check the map here, and once again he pulls out like his colored expo markers and goes, if you check the route here, it actually goes like from here
Mhm.
all the way around back to here, so it should loop you back to the gym.
He's marking this down on the map, and I'm just looking at him, going, yeah, got it.
And he goes, no, but like if you look like right here,
Mhm.
you
So,
No, so you
what's your call sign?
Thad
Bad. Okay,
makes
got it.
communication
Over.
easy. It makes it easy.
Okay, I didn't know if there was like base
Oh.
camp or like.
Kenna, did I get if you're using Pokemon? Or like which Pokemon you have out?
Kenna's
if
just
you're
gonna
using?
punch him.
We did not, but yeah. I just have a fire extinguisher on hand. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my god.
I believe. So here's what's gonna happen. As everybody's talking about that, I'm gonna walk off to the side just a little bit, like a step away, and I'm gonna go ahead and pull out the Hypno.
Oh, yes, this Hypno that you captured earlier today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
So as I release Hypno, Hypno's 5'3", so I really don't have to bend down a lot.
No, Hypno is as tall as DJ. You have to bend down to talk to Hypno as much as you have to bend down to talk to DJ.
Hypno is
Yeah,
taller
yeah,
than
yeah,
DJ.
yeah,
Oh, how tall is DJ?
5'2".
About
Oh
2'4".
shit! Yeah, Hypno is a whole inch tall. It's the ears. That's what it is. It's the ears on the side that are the inch taller.
It is the ears. So yeah, I'm just gonna have a conversation with Hypno, kind of just being like, "Hi, welcome. I caught you. My name's
Okay,
Coryne."
so yeah, as you release this Pokemon to start this conversation, there's sort of like that like little flash of red light, and then this like, you know, yellow furred creature with a big white circular mane and like the large ears and sort of like a hawkish large nose And it's got like this tiny pendulum that it's holding. Starts to look at you and goes, Hypno.
Ooh. Hang on, wait. Let me get a grip before I look at you.
Does he blink? Okay, he blinked. Cool.
It does, but it's like it's almost like purposeful blinks. Like it has to remember to blink.
Good. Okay.
Oh,
cool.
I don't like that.
What was the nature of this Pokemon?
I don't
It
know,
is
Coryne, what was the
bashful.
nature of this Pokemon?
Bashful.
It is bashful. Okay, I'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
May I ask-
Good to know.
Gender of the Pokemon?
Did we roll for that? Let's roll for it. Roll me
Okay.
D100.
It's not on the sheet. Let me grab my D100. That is a 25.
25. This is a male.
Okay,
Okay.
sir. I'm gonna ask you for a
This
hot
is a man.
second. Yeah, I'm gonna ask you for a hot second. May we stop swinging the pendulum just for a second?
Hypno, and it's still going. Boom, 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 boom,
Okay,
boom,
and then
boom.
I take my hand and I just lightly put it onto. I don't like push the arm or anything. I just lightly put it on top as a visual to keep my eyes above it.
Okay, as you put it on top, there's kind of like a pullback of like a, hey, don't touch my pendulum.
Okay.
Don't- Get out of here. Yep, no.
So, everything is fine, but we could really use your help. Would you mind helping us kind of do some reconnaissance, some scoping out? How do we feel about being a spy? He's just looking around.
Hypno. And it seems like, what are you talking about? Is the conversation that's happening.
Sure. And I'm basically just going to lay out exactly what we're doing. That we're on kind of patrol.
Hypno.
That we would love to use your psychic ability to give us a heads up if anything weird happens.
As you're talking, Hypno's like understanding, and there's like that like subtle head nod that happens when somebody understands something. But something that's a little like more like disconcerting that you notice of the conversation is the head nod happens in like exact rhythm with the pendulum.
Jesus Christ.
So it's like it's sort of like this Pokemon's like entire sort of like methodology is all sort of in sync. And as it's listening, it can audio listeners, if you didn't see the
For the
Newton's
folks at
cradle
home,
that
a
Seth
Newton's
just
cradle did
held up.
appear on the screen momentarily.
And
And
now
for the folks
Torie's
watching,
dying
guys,
in
I
the
got a
background.
Newton's cradle. That's cool, isn't it? That's so cool.
You're a stupid idiot.
But
Could you imagine if
it's sort
Hypno
of takes
carried
everything.
just a
Can you
Newton's
go ahead
cradle?
and roll a charm roll for me, please?
Oh, okay.
Do you want a dry berry to give it to?
That is a 5, 6, 7, 8.
Dry berry?
Yeah.
Why do you
8?
have specifically a dry berry?
Because that's what it likes. It's like the flavor
That's fair.
profile, which most. most
I
berries-
thought you meant like a fruit leather. Like
Oh.
that's why I was confused.
Yo,
I
actually,
was
that's
like,
kind of a
what the
game
fuck?
changer. That's kind of a game changer.
What do you
Berry
have?
fruit leather. That sounds pretty
Yeah.
good.
What did you roll, Kenna?
5 plus 3, 8.
8. Okay. Give me a second. Fucking. Sorry, I'm still stuck on the dry
The fruit
berry.
The
leather,
reason
yeah.
I'm asking these questions is because it could potentially give advantage. Is why.
Oh.
Oh, you want to as you're having this conversation, Seth sort of like gives you like the like offer. Like, do you
I can't reach
do
in my
you wanna
bag.
try and
DJ,
feed
do you
it
have
while
an
doing
orange
this?
berry for me? I don't get it.
Oh yeah. Here.
As
You
you're trying to give this to Coryne, you see Coryne is like a little more locked into this hypno than usual.
Here, just hold your
and
hand out. If you don't
you're-
want to look away, just hold your hand out and we'll put it in your hand.
Like
your
the
hand
hand
big.
slowly goes out, and then there's like as soon as the berry lands in the hand, it's like oh yeah. It's like major distraction.
Okay, take an
Longest
advantage to
staring
it. Go ahead and roll an
contest.
extra d4.
Okay. So 8 plus 3. 8, 9, 10, 11.
There's a magic number.
Okay, 11 is pretty solid. So as you sort of like do that,
Thank you.
the hypno will kind of like take the berry, and it's got like. I hate to creep everybody in the world out here, but this
Pause.
is a genuine
Pause.
fact about this Pokemon.
What if you didn't?
it has like human hands, so it like grabs
Sure.
they're covered in fur.
Yeah, that's not creepy.
But
That's not a
that's
creepy
it,
thing.
though.
Machoke exists in this world.
That look at Torie's face. It gets some people.
Torie's snacking. It's fine.
But it like grabs the oranberry and sort of like goes. It doesn't eat it yet. Instead, it sort of like takes it and tucks it up underneath the mane to hold on for later. And it kind of looks at you and
That's a
goes,
secret masking tool.
"No." It's so tool.
Nice.
Ugh.
Okay.
And yeah, it sort of like nods and gives you like a, all right, yeah.
Okay. Nice. And Coryne is like, I'm not gonna lie to you, McKenna as a player rolled a fortitude check to see how bad the distraction was. We rolled maybe
no.
a 9. So it's like not awful, but it's not great. And so Coryne is really struggling to like pull herself away from this hypnose circle of attention. And finally, it's like
100%.
when you start turning your body and then you start turning your head, but your eyes are still stuck, and then finally you're like, whoa, you like break away.
You gotta pull yourself out of it.
Yeah. Okay, I think. Oh, what are we talking about? Is everybody good to go? Are we ready?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I figured out. I remember most of these street corners, so I could probably. I know you've got the map, but I could probably just take us through it.
Nice.
Did
No
you
map.
wanna-
Burn the map,
I mean-
Coryne. I mean, not your phone. Sorry, don't do that.
I will delete these. No. All right.
But I'm ready to go. I think it's just gonna be me and Gerber out though. Zippo kind of,
Stands out.
he's kind of really noticeable at night. As you remember the slight glow that the Magmar have as they're constantly superheated.
You could make Gerber super stealthy by just giving him one of your like oversized sweatshirts or hoodies. That'd look kind of cool.
That's true. He is also kind of cherry red and shiny. As they like release the Pokeball, Gerber appears, scissor, and like as he does like the little pose, every like the spotlight that was like shining on the thing catches him and reflects in every direction.
Oh,
God.
Really
The
goes,
trauma.
Actually, you know what? I think I'll just pull him out if we have battle in a little bit.
That's
Sorry,
fair
buddy.
too. I mean, you could always
And
put
Gerber.
like you can try and see if there's like maybe some dirt you could use to like dull the gleam, and then afterwards like wash him.
Gerber looks so shocked and offended at you.
And then I look down at Richter, who's just rolling in the dirt.
Yeah, boy.
Like, it works.
my
It's
God.
fine.
Scissor. And then of his own volition, Gerber goes into his Pokeball.
All right, okay.
Oh my god.
We'll talk later.
Dramatic.
Okay.
I guess I've never realized I can do that.
Yeah.
It's just like
I
their
mean,
little
that's one
home.
of the regular things in the anime is Pokemon A, hitting their own button to go into their Pokeball, or B, randomly bursting out of their Pokeballs whenever
yeah,
they
that's
want.
funny.
Psyduck was a big one who did that a lot, of just like, all right, I'm out now.
I did not know.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can go. Where is it that he sectioned us to go to? I realized I was just trying to think of different call signs and names while he was pointing at the map, so I don't know where we're going.
Right here?
So, yeah, it's sort of the north east. Yes, the northeast section of the city. Sort of like north of the Pokemon Center, even heading you probably closer to like that play place that you went in the lobby of that big company the other day or last night, because that's how time works.
McDonald's.
Because
Lord.
you've only been here for like a couple days.
Did you say McDonald's?
Yeah, the play place
McDonald's.
in the lobby of
The
McDonald's.
play place. McDonald's.
Sorry.
But sort of that area. And because of the empathy checks you guys made earlier, as you guys start to head that direction, you guys are going to put together a couple pieces of information in that two things. One, Vermilion does seem a little bit huffy about this sort of path that you guys are taking. Because if you remember correctly, it's sort of an open secret as to who Vermilion is for a lot of the people in this town, especially people in the Pokemon Center and Gym who Vermilion used to frequent. Because it seems like Thad, in his good-natured willingness to try and help people out, sent Vermilion to patrol the area that they might be most familiar with. As you guys are going to be patrolling the area around Vermilion Construction Co. So that's where you guys are headed.
Nice. Cool. You think they'll let us drive with
as
cranes?
we-
Probably not at night. No, they operate at night. Might be.
Well,
Guys, keep an eye out
the
for
company
that out.
doesn't.
Are
They're
you
just over
certified?
by Dignant Cave.
I can be.
Are we focusing on perception or stealth as we are moving? Like, are we focusing on seeing everything that's going on around us or keeping ourselves hidden?
Well, apparently we're
Which is the-
focusing
which
on
is
the
the
cranes.
I think if we do stealth, just to like move quietly, and like it's the type of stealth where it's like, oh, I didn't notice that person was walking because they just were very like passive in their
Blending
actions
in.
and stuff, and not like
Mhm.
walking with a purpose. Is what I'm thinking, but I could be wrong. I'm looking for a forklift.
It's true.
I think going off of stealth is a good idea because we do have Hypnos, Forewarn,
Okay.
to give us a perception angle.
Speaking of which, when you let, real quick, actually, with this, when you guys let Hypno, this is something I should have asked when you were talking to Hypno. When you let Hypno know about what was going on, did you ask Hypno to notify you if they sense any sort of teleportation?
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, sorry, what were you saying, Torie?
Oh, I was just gonna say, I'm gonna level with y'all. My stealth is not good. My
Back in the
Pokemon are gonna have better stealth than me.
That's fine.
Uh,
It'll be
love that
group
for
wide.
So-
And it ha-
I don't know if you'd rather me to be a lookout.
We'd rather you be in the Pokeball. No.
That's illegal.
No, it'll be
Not
fine.
impossible.
If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. We live with our responsibilities. We'll see.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
DJ just a
All
little
right,
chatterbox,
Ken,
so she's gonna
For
be going.
every so let's see here. Give me the final count. Each of you have 2 Pokemon out, or only no? Kenna, you only have 1 Pokemon out.
Mhm.
Okay, so that's gonna be 5. 1, 2, 3. So there's 8, and then I'll add Vermilion on top of that. And Vermilion doesn't have any, so that's 9. 9 is the number of people traveling. I need. Go ahead and add them together, but I'm gonna need a stealth check from every individual moving. And remember, for your Pokemon, this uses their speed die, because that's the equivalent to agility in Pokemon. So let me
do
go ahead
I,
and grab Vermilion's stats.
just roll with disadvantage for me instead of rolling for
Yes,
okay.
that's what we had come to the sort of agreement on. Let's see here, Vermilion's
Oh,
character
that's
packet, so I can
wrong.
remember what their agility die
sorry.
is. Oh yes, I forgot how good their agility is. They're fucking fast.
I didn't add my badges.
Oh, and they have skill points in stealth. I'm so proud of them.
Oh no.
We said there's 9 of you.
You explode on disadvantage. Please say no.
Wait.
said no.
Wait.
You do explode on disadvantage. That does happen.
Are you
Oh,
joking?
damn.
No, I'm not joking. That's every die that you roll, you explode on.
Please roll a 1.
Okay. And remember to give me the added total of you and all of your Pokemon.
Oh, all of us together. Okay.
Yeah. And that's just easier because we're doing a group check right now.
Well, Richter got 9, which is great. And then Seth got -5.
Stop.
Okay. So let's see here.
They rolled a 1.
We can
and
go
so
negative in
4
this
total?
game?
I exploded twice
Yeah.
on the D4
Yeah.
and then rolled a 1 on that. But I got 3 badges, so
Yeah.
that takes something.
Yeah. There you go.
Listen, I really thought you were joking when you were
Oh.
like, I'll be here for the lowest. And this is the episode you decide to go negative
That I think
on a
is the
roll.
lowest roll that we've ever had. Yeah.
I don't think I've
thought that
seen
was
a minus
I
yet.
thought we were kidding.
Yeah.
I thought it was a
It's because
joke.
I very rarely make you guys roll things with disadvantages.
I laughed at it later that night.
But I did remember though that because I was miscounting here, because Lilleep is not being forced to roll. I actually need to subtract from the overall total difficulty. So we're doing that. Okay. Anyway, what was your guys' rolls, Kenna and Torie, Coryne and DJ?
Kenna, Coryne got
It's
a
a
7,
positive
Hypno
number,
got a
it's
10
good.
for a total of 17.
17.
Pretty
Okay.
good.
And then what is your total, DJ?
DJ rolled a 7, Tabasco rolled a 10, and Aleppo rolled a whopping 4. So, all in all,
What's the total on that?
21.
21.
21.
Interesting. Okay. Good to know.
Aleppo
So
rolled
with
minimum.
that, then
No, I rolled them.
How's Vermillion
Oh,
doing?
yeah.
oh, thank God for Vermilion. What did Vermilion roll? Vermilion had 5 plus 3 badges is 8, with the stealth of 2. That's gonna be 10. Okay.
God bless.
So
Arceus
with that, you guys needed a 56.
We got -8.
Got -8. Interesting. So
What did we get
as
in
you
total?
guys 52.
Are you
so
joking?
I'm not joking.
guys. I really want to drive a forklift.
As you guys start to walk around town, your guys' route, like, I don't know if you guys have ever been in a big city at night when there's no one else around.
I don't like it.
It
Liminal
is
space.
pretty fucking cold, which is something that you don't normally think about. Without people and cars constantly moving on the streets, the streets get fucking cold. And as you're starting to walk, there are streetlights. So this is a well-established, well-cared-for city. All of the public infrastructure is great. So you're moving with plenty of light. There are streetlights out. However, you are in an ocean town. So as darkness has fallen, there is sort of like a light fog wall that has sort of drifted in. And the problem is visibility is exacerbated, not helped by the lights. Because as anyone who's ever driven in fog knows, bright lights and fog equals light bloom, which equals no visibility. You guys start to walk through town. You are keeping an active lookout for things, but you are very much more focused on obscuring yourself. And that did affect the difficulty with the fog and you guys moving.
Coryne, could you bring out Smolder?
Hang on, let me think about this. Let me
Okay,
think about
it's fine,
this
I'll
as
just
my
freeze.
as my meta personality tries to see what the stealth is like.
Well, no, we've already done the stealth. It's just gonna
So
make it
I
worse.
know, just
Smolder
in
is going to
case.
get entered in, so it's going to add to the difficulty, but also allow his own roll as well. So there's a chance Smolder could even out the 4 that you're
Oh,
missing right now,
maybe.
potentially,
I was assuming this was after.
depending on
the
how
fact.
high he rolls.
I'll
Well, you guys are still moving. This is like
I
part of you guys
accepted
walking.
my forklift fate.
The stealth is constant.
I mean, does you know what? It's fine. Yeah, I'll go ahead and be like, "Are you really that cold?" And then I'll feel the breeze from the fog, and I'll be like, "Okay." I'll go ahead and I'll pull out Smolder.
This is Matt's secret. He doesn't have to add the sound effects in post if he just makes them during the
Yeah.
episode.
All right,
Okay, go ahead and roll
Oh,
Smolder's speed. That
no bullshit.
adds to the difficulty.
Let's go.
my little dude
Mhm.
exploded.
Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
So
Before.
that's 6.
There is
6 plus 2 plus 4. 6, 7, 8.
12.
Well,
12?
12. Okay. So with the added difficulty of Smolder and then minus, and then the added difficulty of no longer being cloaked in fog.
74.
Interesting. Okay. So you let Smolder out, and immediately there's sort of like that warmth of like, oh, of just like that immediate familiar drought aura coming from your Pokemon, and the lights that are sort of around you intensify just a little bit. However, one of the side effects of that is all of the fog within about 20 feet of you guys just sort of like starts to dissipate. You see it
'cause it's warm.
on like, yeah, because it's warm.
Yeah.
And
Swarm.
that little bit of cloaking that you guys had from the fog does go away, even with Smolder adding. So, where you were 4 under the difficulty, you are now 6 under the difficulty.
Jesus!
Yeah. But as you guys continue to walk, can somebody, let's say DJ, roll me a D100, please.
You just like to pick on me because I like to roll my dice.
Somebody,
Yeah,
anybody,
I
everybody
do.
scream!
Okay. Oh, do you want to know
What'd
it?
you roll?
That's the game. See you next week,
No,
guys.
we'll guess. We'll guess. That's good. You just let us know.
I was doing the professor thing where I roll the dice and say, interesting.
Yeah, I tried that too, but it does stop the game from
It
continuing.
does stop the game from moving forward. Whereas I can just go, anyway, let's keep going.
Yeah.
I have to sit and wait.
I rolled a 64.
64.
Oh, this
That's
is on
crazy.
a D100?
If you guys had rolled that on stealth, you would have succeeded your stealth. That
How would we have rolled a D100
Uh-oh.
for ourselves?
That
Shove
can't
a
be
ball of
correct.
socks in your mouth, okay? Just a whole ball of socks.
Let's
If
see
we're
here. Oh, 'cause I was
6
adding
under,
the
difficulty has
difficulty.
to be 70.
No, I was talking about initially. Torie.
Well,
Initially.
whatever.
Well, that is
Anyway.
not correct.
That is not
Not
correct.
correct.
Because according to the
Um,
encyclopedia,
but-
a book.
As you guys are moving with a 60, let me do my chart. Interesting. Can I get a spot hidden from everyone, please? Only players, not
No!
Pokemans.
Stop asking me for intelligent things.
Don't worry, Kenna,
Well,
I got
stop
you.
being
I
unintelligent.
got you.
I exploded. And again, for 8,
I exploded
9,
on a
10, 11,
D20.
12.
9.
9, okay.
I exploded on my D20.
Damn.
Please tell me you beat a 20, please. Oh, you
Oh, I
did.
did.
You
I
beat a 20.
exploded
What
on
part
my
of
D20.
exploding on a D20?
I'm trying
Matt,
to
we talked about this. I'm on a delay today.
That's
I'm
not
on a
good.
delay.
39.
We're not on a delay.
39. Damn, you're like 6 under our low.
I
or
know.
high, no,
I'm gonna get
5
there.
under our lowest roll.
Watch
you're
out,
getting
birdie.
There, you're getting there.
Explode
But what
twice.
you do note is while the other two of you don't spot anyone in the fog necessarily, DJ actually notices something that I don't think most people in general would notice. It is only because who DJ is, of being this very observant person, that DJ notices. But as you guys are walking in the fog, DJ, you hear the ever slight, like the tiniest, like almost unnoticeable, like if your head was turned the other direction, your ears would be at the wrong angle to hear it, sort of whir of a tiny motor moving once, like a move. And that sort of like piques your interest as you look up at the top of a building you're passing, and you see a tiny camera, maybe 2 inches tall, that's been attached to the bottom lid of the thing, just sort of like tracking you as you're moving.
2-inch tall camera?
Just
Yeah, it's
watching
like this big.
us?
Yeah, it's just sort of like tracking you as you're moving through the fog. It's not like
Oh.
just a security camera that's sitting on a building pointed at an angle. It's actively tracking you.
Okay. I'm gonna grab Vermilion.
Okay.
Or just approach Vermilion, not make it obvious. And just say, hey, do you... And try and be quiet. I will not be quiet, but I'm gonna...
Mhm.
DJ will be quiet.
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you. I appreciate the shout out.
Hey, so... With how familiar you are with this city, do you... Is it common for there to be cameras around? Like security cameras or any sort of like satellite
nothing
cameras?
outside of normal businesses, but nothing like extreme. Why do you ask?
Because, and I don't want to look at it, but I think there's a camera up and to my right on top of that building. It's little itty bitty, but it's been tracking us for a little while now, and that's freaking me out. So I wasn't sure if that was normal.
Kind of side glances and goes, "No, that's not normal, but that's definitely there."
Right? And
Yeah.
I'll kind of fall back and just say to Coryne, like, walk between Coryne and Seth, just say, I don't want y'all to look, but there's been a camera that's watching us. And that's freaking me
And-
out.
And if you're trying to do this without like arousing suspicion, that means a lot of you will still be moving as this conversation is
Yeah.
happening.
Mm-hmm.
And now that you're looking for them, you see them probably every 2 to 3 buildings. You see a tiny little camera that's been just placed somewhere.
Do they look like the same type of cameras like the information broker had?
No, it does not look like they're the same brand. It looks like it's similar like
Short network?
functionality, but not similar make, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Dang, that was a good line of
That was a
thought.
good pull. That was a solid pull.
I know, right?
If-
Aaron was smarter.
Are there any similar? Is it just like they're placed along this route to watch, or do the businesses of the buildings that they're placed on have anything in common?
Well, the first thing you'll note is the first building you noticed it on is a residential building. And then the second is a business. And then the third is like a garage. Like the buildings themselves have nothing in
So
common.
nothing in common.
Not
They're
the same
just all
owners,
on
not
the
the
same
same people.
Are they all
Yeah.
facing the same direction?
They're all facing the street, but because they've got those little motors in them, they can turn
Camera on
and
the
look
street.
in pretty much omnidirectional.
Are they all on the yes? Okay, so if we're on like the side of the street that those cameras are on, are they all on that same side of the street, pointing out towards
Yeah,
the
so
street?
yes.
Okay, so like if we were on the left-hand side of the street, all the cameras are on the left-hand side of the street, right?
Yes,
They're
because
not like.
yeah, because
Okay,
because
what's on the
you
right side
currently
of the
can't even see the
sides?
other side of the street.
Okay.
Well, the other side of the street is currently like all fogged out. If you walk across the street and try to look, there are equal numbers of cameras all pointed back
Okay.
into the street. From
I was
the
trying
other
to see
side.
if it was
Got
like a block of a perimeter of cameras, or if it's just for the.
No,
the
it's just
roads,
observing the road.
Okay.
I'm trying
Him,
to think if there's like a creative way to. Where those are.
Do any of us have
take one
Pokemon that
down.
climb? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Do any of us have Pokemon that climb?
I mean, I've got Beatrix.
How convincing would it be if one of our Pokemon were to get away and run ahead with like the zoomies or something and grab one of them cameras? Would any of y'all feel comfortable putting your Pokemon in that situation? And if not, that's entirely valid. Very understandable. The only reason I'm not suggesting my little guys do it is because they can't climb or fly. Although, can Tabasco climb? Can
Does
he?
Tabasco have a climbing speed?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I mean, he can
forgot that was a
physically
thing.
climb, but he'll be moving at half speed and won't be very efficient at it.
Okay, then no.
I think if we do the option of like a Pokemon being all zoomies and getting it, that could work too. Alternatively, if we moved slowly, like we did a loop around the block and then came back, and another Pokemon was moving like very slow to take the camera, and it just suddenly went offline, and you were going from a perspective where the camera couldn't see, that could work too. So like we could do a lap around, and I can have Anchor climb the wall, and then just like take the camera from like an angle where it can't turn to, and then with the fog and Smolder not being nearby, it shouldn't be able to see it. In theory.
Only
In game theory.
So the only thing I'd say about that is he's already out. And I feel like if someone's watching us, it's going to be noticeable. If he's not with us on the second go round. So do we have a Pokemon that's currently in a ball that we could release before we come around the block?
That can climb? No. I mean, yes, but no. Because it has a flaming butt. Which it could extinguish if it wanted to, I guess. So.
I mean, if not,
We could
that's
try
fine.
it.
We can
Yeah,
send
I'll try
Anchor
it.
up.
Okay, so let's do it with Axel
'Cause-
then and see how that goes.
Yeah, because unlike Charmander, Chimchar can actually put out the fucking flame on its tail.
Yeah.
It won't die.
Okay, so I will just tap on Axel's ball and say, "You heard that right? Of your plan of running around. No need to acknowledge it because you're, already listening. But I will kind of like as the dome of not fog is approaching us, I'll kind of either get to like one of the near edges, probably closer to the bottom of a building where the camera would be like pointing out and it has like a blind spot if I can.
Absolutely.
Release him there as we're like moving out of it so that the fog kind of envelops the red releasing.
Okay. Can you roll me another stealth check for you, and then a separate one that I don't want you to add to yours to Axel, for Axel, please? Because these are two separate actions that are being taken to be very subtle.
Oh.
This suddenly got so espionage and spy based. It's wild.
So that'd be a 6 for me with disadvantage. And for Axel, let me find the page. 10. Uh, 18. No, yeah, 18.
Okay, 18. So, you, Seth, as you go to do this, are not very subtle.
Like
you're like walking in,
on
there's
the
like
side of the road.
Yeah, you are very much a distraction, and as you like start to walk over to the side, you do that thing where you don't lift your foot quite high enough when you're walking. It kind of like the tip of your shoe, like, you know, hits like a rock, and you stumble a little bit, and it's kind of noticeable. But in that moment is when you release Axel, and you hear chim-cha, and just very quiet, like there's no flame on the tail, and you just in the bottom of the fog see like skittering, like as he like on all fours like climbs away. Oh, did the word skitter I get you? Sorry, he's crawling away.
It was the visual. I got it. It was good.
He goes, whew. But he's like chim-cha, and Axel like disappears. Even if you were not subtle, you have great confidence that Axel probably wasn't seen.
Nice.
And as you guys are sort of like starting to continue, can you please roll me a theft check for Axel, which is another speed-based one?
Also, kind of whisper out as I'm standing there. Try not to talk or say your name while you're taking the camera, please. Just in case there's audio. Great wall to pee on. Just giving him a thumbs up. Okay. And that's another speed check, you said? Or speed dive? Or...
That's a theft check, which is also speed.
Not as good. 5.
5. Okay. And after a moment, as you guys are still walking down the street, and I want to clarify, you guys probably made it now like 2 or 3 blocks in your sort of like little loop, and it is not one street; it's many streets. Now that you can see them, you see them on like every other building. It is an expensive thing to do.
We don't know if they're recording audio, do we?
Nope. You have no idea. Not until you get this one back.
That's why I'm just taking a mental note of it.
However, can Axel please roll me a physical defense die roll, please?
Oh!
Unbeatable defense by...
Yeah,
I don't
need
like
to get
that.
a character sheet up.
No, you don't.
I do.
Quit hurting our Pokemon when they get away from us.
13. Okay. Axel, actually, I guess you wouldn't really be... You are not going to have to mark off any wounds at this moment. However, as you guys are walking down the street, you do hear chimchar, like the sound of like urgent, like ducking out of the way. And there's sort of like this like sound of motion and fighting in the fog. Are you guys going to attempt to intervene, or are you just going to hope that Axel can get away and get back to you?
I whip my head around to Seth.
To have I'm gonna look down at Richter and just nod to him and have Richter do a quicker lap than we could, and just like patrol that area and assess what's going on. And I'll just say, if he needs help, help him. Get out of there and go with that.
Okay.
But I'll have him approach.
I need you to do 2 things for me then, if that's the case. And is anyone else intervening at this point in time as well?
I would just wait for Seth.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would,
And just
I
take
would
his
wait for...
cues.
Yeah.
Then as we're sort of getting started, this is interesting because Matt is going to be almost rolling a blind battle with me while the rest of you are going to be hearing the sounds through the fog, which I think is interesting.
Jesus.
With that then...
Can I ask a quick question? Does Hypno react in any kind of way?
There has not been a teleport yet, and Hypno has not let you know of that.
Even
There's
with the
not
future
really a
thing
way
or
for,
whatever,
like-
the other ability where he's like,
So the forewarn is supposed to be is how we're keeping track of that, and that's what's
Mhm.
currently up right now.
got it.
So whatever
There's-
whatever is attacking Chimchar has come physically without a teleport yet.
There's not a way for. Is there a way for Hypno to communicate with me what other Pokemon that would be? With like Future Sight or Psybeam or. I know Psybeam is a damage.
I feel like
move.
you guys do not know each other well enough yet to have that communication be ready.
That's
Maybe with
very
training
fair.
and some sort of talk. But
Yeah.
at the current moment, you've met this Pokemon properly about 20 minutes ago.
20 minutes ago, yeah. Okay,
Um,
that's fair.
Okay, so with that, Seth, I need you to roll 2 rolls for me. I need you to roll the speed die. Actually, I need you to roll 3 rolls. I need you to roll speed dice for both your Pokemon as we sort of get a turn order going.
Okay.
And I also need you to roll me a physical defense die for Richter.
Alright.
Those are the 2 things I need from you. As you guys are blind to the battle, but Matt is still going to be rolling for it.
All right.
Let's see here. I luckily rolled very...
I've used
Poorly
context
for-
clues in our day-to-day life to know, I think, what's going on.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay, so I'll roll
And then mine.
the speed die for Richter, you said, or
Yeah, so I need speed dice for both so that I can get the turn order going.
Okay.
For what order they're moving in. For Axel and Richter. And then I'm going to need, upon Richter entering battle, I need a physical defense die.
okay. Richter got a 5.
Okay.
Axel got a 9.
Okay. And then what's Axel's speed dice size?
D10.
Okay, cool. So Axel will actually win that speed die,
Okay.
win that speed tie, and it is Axel who's going to go first. So,
then
can
do I
you
need a
remind me of what
defense?
Axel's moves are?
Move for.
Yeah, I also need a defense for Richter as well upon entering battle.
Okay, hold on. Richter's defense.
This is so stressful.
I was gonna say this is crazy.
I'm
A blind
stressed.
battle. That's wild.
Yeah, that's
9.
wild. 9. Okay, Richter with a 9. I have to roll status for that, so it's actually not going to be the best. Oh, no, okay. Okay, so Richter is going to take. What is Richter's effectiveness with rock type moves? Is it normal effectiveness?
Reduced, I believe.
Okay. If that's the case, then Richter will
Half.
take 1 minor wound as he enters battle, as this is affected by affected by type effectiveness and same type attack
Yeah.
bonus.
Oh man, I'm so good at soul reading what's happening.
Yeah, as you guys hear the vague sound of like small something impacting Richter as he disappears off into the fog. But as we sort of like get into this blind battle, you hear once again Chimchar. And can you remind me what Chimchar's moves are?
Why? Are you a psychic type? It's the
No,
question.
because
You
I'm
a
the
cop?
one making the calls while you can't see your Pokemon.
You're making the calls?
I mean, you
'Cause
can't
Chimchar's
really
acting on their own.
make calls.
I
They're
feel as though
acting on their own
Chimchar
right
knows
now.
what he wants to do. No, he knows Flame Wheel, Brick Break, Taunt, and Will-O-Wisp.
Honestly,
Okay, Taunt and Will-O-Wisp. Okay, yeah. Then best motion is going to be, given that he is going to recognize the threat. Then actually, I'm going to do a rare thing where I'm not going to have him use a move, and he is instead going to sprint. What is his movement?
30 feet.
30. Okay, so he's gonna move 60, which is good to know. So you hear Chimchar, and the Chimchar is like getting slightly louder as you can hear him running towards you at this point in time as he's gonna use his whole movement. You could hear him about to turn the corner from down in the fog.
Okay.
Next up though is gonna be attacker number 1.
Does he see
attacker number 1?
Richter?
He's going to at this point he would not be yet past Richter because Richter has not yet taken his actual turn. Richter's at the bottom of the order.
Physically, where are they in respect of?
Okay, so physically down the street,
Mhm.
slightly around the corner.
Yes.
Chimchar starts here.
Yes.
Attackers you don't know where.
Yeah.
Richter starts here.
Just my Pokemon.
Chimchar moved here.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. So Richter will be passing him when we get to Richter's turn.
Okay.
However, it is attacker number 1's turn. Attacker number 1 is going to. You guys are going to feel not a similar tremor to what you felt earlier, DJ. I cannot understate that this is not related, but you are going to feel a small tremor in the ground as one of them is going to use a ground type move. Can I please get a physical defense die from Axel, please? Here,
6.
Okay. As Axel is beginning to run away, I believe fire type, it is weak to ground type moves, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
Okay, so 4. Okay, so Richter is going to go ahead and take 7 wounds as a crit is going to happen. And you're chip-char! Axel is moving. You hear that sort of cry out. There's sort of like a shake in the earth at that point in time. And then it's going to be attacker number 2's turn. Attacker number 2 is going to use that move. Can I get another physical defense die from Axel, please? 5. Okay. A 5 with a... Yep, that's going to hit. So he's going to take 2 more wounds. You could hear him cry out. I will allow you to use friendship if you would like.
You know what? I am going to have him taking 2.
He's taking 2.
Okay.
It's a 2 dark type.
Yeah, I'll have him use a friendship of his own.
Okay.
And keep him up at 1.
With that, attacker number 2 will successfully use that, and you guys are going to hear a clattering on the ground of something getting knocked and moving somewhere. At that point in time, that is going to be attacker number 2's turn. So at this point, Richter will finish sprinting into the fray. When you mentioned to Richter to go, you said to protect him, correct?
I said to help him. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Do you think Richter took that in an aggressive or in an evacuation sort of stance?
I think that would be depending on how he looked when they crossed paths. So it's whatever.
Axel would be fainted if not pushing on from how much friendship he has with you.
So he would grab onto Chimchar, or have Chimchar grab onto him, and then was going to. Because how much further did he need to move for that?
He needed to move 4 squares to get there.
Got it. Okay. So if he moves up to him, he's going to, so he'll just take it and grab. The thought was to dig, but if we've been getting tremors, that's probably not the safest move to do. So he'll just grab him and then run back.
Okay. What is his total number of squares he can move with a sprint?
40 or 8.
8. Okay, so he can get back to where he was. Okay, so with that, you're gonna hear the sound of Richter get in there and begin to start moving back towards you guys. We will now hit the bottom of the order. If anyone would like to intervene with any Pokemon at this point in time, they may.
Oh yes, yeah. I think after Coryne is holding Smolder and is hearing everything that's going on and is feeling the tremors, Corinne's gonna go ahead and swap out Pokemon and kind of also side glance at Hypno. I'm gonna return Smolder and I'm gonna bring out Myrtle.
Okay.
Go
Go ahead and roll a speed die for Myrtle for me, please.
I will give us a heads up. You can have the other Pokemon out. It would just be controlling them in battle that you.
Yeah, it's just controlling
you
them in
wanna
battle,
still
so you
keep
can just
Smolder
release
out.
Myrtle if you want.
Because if you
I don't even
bring
want
back
Smolder out
I'm just noting
for ground or rock moves.
visibility goes down.
For everybody though, right?
For
That's true.
everybody.
Also for everyone.
Did they
So
take
we would
advantage when they were
also
attacking?
be within.
You know what? I did not have them take advantages when they were attacking, because they would technically be using the obscurement rules, which I did forget to bring in. Let me look at that. Let's see here. That crit would still be a crit, and the hit would still be hit. Both those would still hit.
How much did it crit by?
Because so I rolled a 10 on my D10 and then a 9 plus its rank.
And what was
yeah.
what was the disadvantage?
Not a disadvantage. It's they subtract 1 in light obscurement, which is light fog.
How far away are we?
From where Richter is now, you're going to be another 4 squares. So you're
Okay.
barely starting to see
So
a shadow
either
in the
of my
fog.
Pokemon can get there. I'm gonna send Tabasco into the fray to start,
Okay.
bebopping and fighting. And I'm gonna tell Aleppo to find whatever skittered across the ground.
That is good to know. I
Assuming-
need speed dice for those is like
Yeah.
from the same as I got from Myrtle. Speaking of, what is Myrtle's speed die roll?
Myrtle's speed die was a 10,
Okay.
and Hypno's was also a 10.
Okay, which has a higher speed die?
Hypno does.
Okay. Okay. And then what was Tabasco and Aleppo?
Tabasco rolled an 11.
Okay.
Aleppo rolled a 22.
Jesus
Oh my
fucking
God.
Christ.
His speed die is a
Holy
D10.
shit.
I exploded, then rolled an 8 plus his rank, which is 4.
Ugh. Disgusting.
Yeah, you did.
So it's similar to,
Yeah, you
it's a
fucking did.
similar roll to how the attacker fucking Okay, this is good to know because now it's going to be a slight race between what attacker number 2 is going to be doing on their next turn. Okay. So, as we go back up to the top, you guys can now vaguely see the shape of Richter in the fog. Now that Smolder has disappeared, the fog is starting to sort of push back in on you guys, and he is becoming a bit more faint. He'll probably be back before the fog is fully pushed back in. Aleppo, you said Aleppo's goal is to go find the thing. Can you please, because now we're going to be in heavy obscurement since you're going to be in more than just light fog. Can you please, for me, go ahead and roll a special attack roll for Aleppo, subtracting 3 from the total?
This got
Yes.
very serious.
Because this
all
is
of a
going to be,
sudden.
that's going to be the simple. Yeah, all of a sudden, it's been serious since the spy shit was happening.
Okay.
Now I'm stressed.
Okay.
Subtracting. That's a 6.
6. Okay, Aleppo on this turn is not able to find it immediately.
Okay.
You can hear sort of like Ivysaur from in the distance fog, letting you know that they're still looking.
Okay.
And then Tabasco is supposed to be on protection detail, you said, going into fight?
He's going into fight.
Okay, yeah. Okay. What are his moves?
Vacuum wave, counter, force palm, reversal.
Okay. What do you feel like he'd use here?
Either vacuum wave or force palm because he hasn't been hit yet. Actually, vacuum wave because that's a priority move.
And it might move the fog too.
Yeah.
It might move the fog. That's not a bad idea. I'll roll some stuff with that to determine whether or not it moves the fog. But go ahead and roll the attacking roll for that. I believe it's special.
As they're
It
rolling that, would it be
is-
possible
yes, it
for
is.
Coryne to pull out her binoculars?
Sure, 100%. You can absolutely do that. correct.
binoculars.
And
I just
we
wanna
will
see if
do
I
the
can see
stuff with that
anything.
at the end of the round.
Sounds good.
Oh, there it
Let's
is.
see here. Spec defense is a D6.
Oh shit!
What did you roll?
I rolled a 9.
With a 9, you hear the sound of like a and then a somewhere like a portion of a Pokemon name. Something in the distance as it gets hit. But what's the wound damage on that?
2 wounds plus stab plus black belt, so 4.
Okay. Good to know.
Also,
All
I
right,
just
I have
realized
that
I
written
didn't
down.
add Aleppo's rank to his search roll.
Oh, that's kind of
So-
important because it was a 6. What's the rank?
4, so he'd be at a 10.
10? As you hear sort of the like Ivy,
Sorry.
Ivysaur, and you hear like the like excited like the 10 makes the difference. It was a 9 difficulty.
Oh.
So at that point in time, you hear
Okay.
Ivysaur is beginning to come back. That's good to know for when we get to the attacker's turn.
Uh-huh.
That is going to be Tabasco's turn. Hypno's turn. Hypno is still standing by you guys at the current moment, if I remember correctly.
Is this still at the bottom of the round thing?
No, this is all up at the top because when they all
Okay.
entered at the bottom, it went into the thing.
Can I roll to see if my
did you want to
quick
have
claw-
something you wanted to do during the bottom?
I have a quick claw.
Oh, okay. Yeah, 100%.
Because before I was at the top, but now I am not.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What do I need? It's not that. No, we're good. Continue.
Okay, sounds good. I believe it would be a 9 or a 10 for future reference.
We're good.
Okay.
I know. So, are they 10 squares away or within 10 squares?
10 squares, yes, they are within 10 squares.
Okay. I don't know. Hypno has this move called Disable, where it can disable another Pokemon's move as if it had 0 PP.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Shut up, Torie.
They don't know what this is,
no
and now I have to
PP.
censor it.
This would have cost so much less work for you, Matt, if you just let it be.
I thought I could
But
just look
Matt
at
was
Torie and
looking
say,
out for
"Don't say
me."
it, don't say it," and you
Why
said
would
it.
you think that would work? With everything you know about
'Cause you
me,
know
why did
I'm
you
editing
think that would
these.
work?
Okay. Anyway,
So
Kenna.
Hypno, whichever Pokemon it sees first, it's going to disable that. So disable is a technique that disables the move that the target used most recently for 1d4 plus 1
Hypno
rounds.
is going to need to move into the fog if it wants to see one of those Pokemon.
It will go.
Okay, how many squares does it have?
It actually doesn't say.
Okay, so what's its speed die size and what's its rank?
Speed die is 8, rank is 3.
3 plus 3, 6. It can move 6 squares, which is more than enough to get into the fog then.
We just caught him. I don't think he's ready to go into a battle. I know it's high stakes, but we have a walkie-talkie. We can call for backup. Not worth it.
Okay. In that split second of a conversation, then Coryne will go ahead and put just a hand on Hypno's shoulder to hold back the order that she just gave. And then Corinne's gonna kind of look at Seth and be like, when you want to use that walkie?
Anchor.
Little leap.
And-
and like the little tentacle like hits the button on the side.
Yeah, and
I'll
I
go
think
ahead-
it's more of just like a clicking it twice to get notification. What is the number? 4?
Yeah, we're group 4. In a really slight moment, can I gauge how Hypno feels about being held back out of this?
A bastral Pokemon like this, it's totally fine with this. It's totally okay.
Because you
with
only
not
have the
getting
one
thrown
friendship
into the battle.
with it, right?
Yeah. Then in
Yeah,
that case, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say, okay, stay close to me, and I'm gonna take Hypno out of the turn order.
Coryne, I'm gonna go ahead and give you a friendship with Hypno as you remove from turn order. We're gonna go to Myrtle. It is Myrtle's turn.
You know what my girl about to do?
Nuke that field.
She about to unleash that water spout.
Yep. And is she going into the fray to do that, or is she firing into the fog?
Blind fire water.
She is
That's
not gonna
crazy.
blind fire that thing. She better have some kind of
Okay.
something because she does
Just
not want
destroy
to
a
hit
small
anybody,
business.
any of her friends.
Okay. Yeah. Then if that's the case, she's got to move in.
That's okay. All right. She'll do
Okay.
it.
So she moves in. What's her full square movement speed?
8 squares.
Okay. She only needs to move 6 before she can see them.
Great.
And it's going to be light obscurement. Go ahead and roll special attack. And I'm going to roll a d10 to determine whether or not she can line them up to hit both, or if she can only hit one, and if she only hits one, which one.
Sure.
Okay. That is going to be only one, and that's going to be attacker number 1. And I need to roll spec defense, which this bot hurt. Okay. All right. What'd you roll?
18.
Okay, cool. You are going to hit. It is not a crit.
Okay. So that's
Yeah,
going to be...
I rolled an 11. 5 plus 6.
6 wounds plus stab plus mystic water, so 8.
8. Okay. And that's going to be attacker number 1. Good to know. All right.
And
Anything
you
as
said-
Myrtle walks up and you hear the whooshing of water. It is so concerning to not be able to see it as it's happening.
Yeah. Does Myrtle see Richter and Axel? Are they near
Myrtle
her?
would have to pass them in order to do that, yes. Because
Okay.
Richter is currently running back carrying an injured Axel.
Got it. As soon as Myrtle lets off that blast, Myrtle's going to start. She has 2 squares left, I think, so she's going to
Two
move
squares
the 2
back.
squares
Yeah.
back and kind of like...
Okay, she'll catch up to them at that point
Yeah.
in time. Okay. If that's the case, that is going to be Myrtle's turn. Next person up is going to be Axel. Axel still has, I believe, a wound left, so Axel can still do stuff. At this point, he is very injured, and he is not carrying a camera
How far is
as he starts to get
from
back
me?
into your sight. He's 4 squares.
He's 4 squares from me. Okay.
Yeah.
From his perspective, can he see any of the things that we're attacking?
Not directly, but with his movement speed, he could definitely like go over the shoulder, like fire over Richter's shoulder because like Richter's carrying him. If he has a range attack of some kind,
Could they see him?
They could. Yeah, he'd be on the edges of their vision. They could see him currently.
Whatever the one that was like most recently hit him, he's going to because I think Gabite's he's holding on to Gabite's chest from the front, so he's like looking back over the shoulder, and he's going
100%.
to kind of climb up onto Gabite's shoulder as Gabite's still kind of moving back, and he's going to use a taunt. And so he's going to
nice.
Stand on his shoulders, look under his legs, and then he's going to like burst his tail into fire and just go like, and then try and put him into a rage to stop him from using status
I
moves.
want you to know, Matt, that if this does hit, this actually does change what my turn was going to be.
Yeah, I know.
Look, everyone,
right.
I'm Admiral Zhao.
Oh fuck! All right, what did you roll?
I don't roll in this game. That's a 6.
6. Okay, you are gonna succeed.
Ooh.
Because well, at this point, actually, yeah, no, because I'm subtracting for yes, actually. Okay. Axel's gonna go ahead and taunt the second one, not the first one, the second Pokemon.
Yeah, it's a single target. When
when
Richter got
doing
hit
that D10
before, was there contact?
The thing that Richter got hit with, no, that is not a contact move.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. And then from there, he's gonna just hop off of Richter and then just run to me if he's only 4 squares away because he's got 6 squares.
All right, attacker number 1's turn. That excited Ivysaur sound is going to draw fire.
No!
Let's see here. Can I get a physical defense roll from Aleppo, please?
Yeah. You got good physical defense. You okay?
He's got decent physical
He'll be
defense.
okay.
Yeah.
I didn't like that Aaron repeated it.
Can Aaron
No,
roll
you
a
got good
physical
physical
defense
I
from
do have good
McKenna
physical
for
defense.
attacking our Pokemon?
10.
Okay, Aleppo is going to take 3 dark type wounds. I forgot about the additional wound because it's holding the item currently. As Knockoff is gonna once again take the camera from its grasp, which is what Aleppo had done to go grab. That's what
That's
skittered.
what I thought
What
it
the
was.
fuck?
And at this point, that is going to be number 1. Number 2 is going to go grab it, and is going to. You're going to hear of little sounds of rocks hitting the ground. You're not sure what that is, but maybe because we're in a new battlefield, something is trying to stop you from entering the fog. However, Hypno's hand, even though it's out of the turn order, is going to go up and land on Corinne's forearm. And you're being warned that there's a teleport happening. Not yet.
Are there 3 Pokemon?
Not leaving. You can still hear. So, this is one of the things. There's been 2 attackers. You've not been able to count the number of Pokemon. It's not happening yet. This is a forewarn, which means it's letting you know that it's coming. Because it can see slightly into the future. So,
Okay, so
whatever's happening.
Seth asking, or Matt asking, there have been, currently now we know of 3 Pokemon based on your narration of what you've given us. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So in the last turn, 1 Pokemon did knock off, a second Pokemon grabbed a camera and used a move.
And use Stealth Rock because it didn't need to use a sprint in order to get to the camera. The camera lands in a random direction, and it was close enough to the other one to where it could just pick it
The
up.
second Pokemon used a status move.
Stealth Rock.
It can't use a status move.
It can't use Stealth Rock. You're right. Fuck, you're right. I was going to have it use Sandstorm,
I know.
and then it couldn't do that because
Okay.
Stealth Rock has wounds next to
I've
it.
been
so I
waiting to
forget
say that it's
actually a status
Stealth Rock
move.
because like 3 hours ago you were
Yeah.
like something Stealth Rock. I'm like, oh, you're using Stealth Rock on us today. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Okay. In that case, then I will have to use Bulldoze, which is not what I
For
wanted to
3
be using.
turns.
And against those things.
Wait.
Okay. That the Bulldoze is going to be. Yep.
Explain to the dummy why can't
So-
we use
To the masses. Okay.
To me,
So
I'm the
I
dummy.
specifically-
I can't. This
I got it.
Pokemon can't use stealth. Oh yeah, go for it. Go for it, Matt.
I use taunt, which when it taunts a Pokemon, puts them into a rage, and they can't use a status category move. Stealth Rock is a status move that puts rocks on the field, so when you enter, you get hit by rocks. That's what Richter originally got hit by. I was very much roundabout asking because I didn't want to metagame and be like, did that Stealth Rock make contact, or does that not count? 'Cause you didn't say
No, but that's definitely Stealth Rock.
It's
Definitely Stealth Rock. Yeah,
for
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
But that's why I said I could soul read Airings. I know.
Yeah, no,
I know you're planning
100%
something
right.
when you bring it up out of
Actually,
nowhere when we talk about it. I'm like, we've not talked about
Alright,
Stealth Rock
I
for
actually
weeks.
because the plan is evac, it's actually gonna go ahead and do the dodge instead of doing that. Okay. With that, then that's gonna be the 2 attackers, but you're being forewarned that in the next turn, something's gonna happen.
Okay.
Just letting you know, Coryne. As we get to the bottom of the round, it is Richter's turn.
Richter is going to What do we think, guys?
I don't have a clue.
Okay.
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
Where
how
do we
wanna-
think? Can he see where the other 2 Pokemon were? Like the enemy 2 Pokemon?
Richter is at the same distance that Axel was at. So if Axel was able to see it, then Richter was able to see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I believe Richter is going to try and Sand Tomb the 2 Pokemon that we're attacking.
Ooh, gonna try and bind him. That's
nice.
smart.
That is
They
smart.
can't
Nice.
flee. That's real smart. Okay, yeah, I need to roll physical defense dice for both of them. That's really smart. Okay. All right. What was the physical attack?
That's gonna be a 11.
11. One is going to miss. The other is going to succeed. Oh, 11. Did you add the -1 from the light fog?
I don't know what I'm doing in this game. So 10.
Okay. 10. Okay. That is still going to hit the second one now that I think about it, because it's 9, because 3 + 6 is 9. So the first one is going to miss fully. The second one, you are going to hear Sun Slash as it gets like just completely. You hear the sound of in the distance as it is bound. Can you roll for how long it's going to last?
4 turns.
Woo!
Okay. Good to know.
Hell
Eat it
Takes
and we-
2 wounds, but probably just 1 if I heard Sand Slash.
Well, yeah. Well, no, actually, Sand Slash is completely normal with ground type. It doesn't resist or add, if I remember correctly.
Is it a
I'll
rock
double check,
ground?
But slash. I might be stupid.
Mayhaps.
It might not have come up in my thing.
No, you might just be
No,
absent-minded
yeah,
in
it's
this moment.
Sand
That's
Slash is
weird.
totally normal with ground types. Yeah.
Odd.
Okay.
The things you
So
learn.
it's normal damage.
Yeah,
Things you
so
learn.
it'll be 2 wounds.
Okay. And then the leftovers will recover a wound at the end of every turn.
And
So
then
it's
the
only
binding
one.
band will make it lose 2 at the end of every round.
Oh, you.
Yeah. That's yes. So it's net 1, right?
Now, you're taking a damage because you're gaining 1 with the leftovers. I'm doing 2.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Sorry,
okay.
when you say net
We're on
1,
the
I don't
same
know if it's from your perspective of netting something or my perspective of netting something. Because I don't know whose side you're on.
I'm on everyone's side.
That's
man.
a
My
lie.
God.
Bullshit.
That is a lie.
And now, as we determine, I now have to roll speed for the teleporter to determine as to whether or not where in the move order they go.
Could Coryne have
Um,
made an audible warning once Hypno?
Absolutely, at the bottom of the turn, and you also have your binoculars out because you asked to pull those out. You have those out. I don't know how useful they'll be in fog, but you have them.
Well, it was something about somebody was like, "Oh yeah, something in that it moves the fog," and I was like, "Oh, can I see in that moment what we're dealing with?"
Oh, my vacuum
the,
wave.
the
Time's
air
already-
vacuum wave thing.
Vacuum wave,
If
yeah.
if that time's already passed, that's okay.
Oh, we did. I had dice rolled for that, but I've forgotten what the total was. So I'm gonna re-roll because I forgot what was on those dice. Let's see here. That's gonna be 22, so that's below 50. So, as you sort of like are trying to look, go ahead and give me a spot hidden roll.
Can
Would
I
that have
give you
made
a
a difference for the
technology
same
roll
two?
instead since I'm using binoculars?
This is two
It's
lenses.
A form
This
of
is not
technology. It's a form of
It
technology.
could be one of those readout ones where
Walking
I
is a
gotta do
form
all
of
the fucking.
technology.
primitive technology.
Why spot hidden? Okay. Hang on. Okay.
This is
Do you want
exactly
Anchor's
what this is
goggles?
for.
They could help you look.
12, 13.
Let me see here.
But
13.
not the goggles.
It's not the goggles.
Give me the gogs.
The god.
The
okay.
gogs.
the like the Walton Goggins.
Oh my god.
Okay. As you sort of look, you do get confirmation as you look through the fog. You see maybe, if this was a video, like 3 frames of a spiked sort of like armadillo-esque form with like gray claws. You do get confirmed that at least one of them is a sand slash.
At the bottom, like as soon as Hypno touches Corinne's arm and Coryne realizes that there's a teleport incoming, all you're gonna hear Coryne say is, teleport coming.
Thank you for watching this episode of Unbeatable, which was brought to you by you, our patrons, which if you're not a patron, I recommend getting over there because we have an exclusive, super secret Discord. It's not secret. You just have to pay for the Discord and you'll get access to it, where we answer questions that are in our Q&A videos every single month. If you don't, I mean, that's cool too, I guess. Stay unbeatable.
I am unbeatable. I'll train until I meet my goal. If stakes are high, no, I won't fold because I am unbeatable. Earning every badge, whatever it takes. I'm gonna be the best trainer. You just wait, and I know the road ahead looks like it won't be easy. I am unbeatable. Standing by my side, got my friends with me to explore a whole world of possibilities. But no matter what the challenge is, we can overcome it together. Because we are unbeatable, we'll train until we meet our goal. If stakes are high, no, we won't fold because we are unbeatable. We are unbeatable, we'll train until we meet our goal. If stakes are high, no, we won't fold because we are unbeatable.